All right, I've got 6:30. I'll call this meeting of the Columbus Common Council to order for Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. Pat, when you're ready, could you please take a roll call for us?
Gray.
Present.
Johnson.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
Ryan.
Here.
Tylen.
Here.
Tome.
Here.
Traxler.
Here.
All present.
Thank you. If able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, this meeting has been noticed in accordance with state statutes and local ordinances. Next item is to approve the agenda for the evening. Unless there's any alterations or deletions, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion on the motion? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is approved. Correspondence and communications, I saw no one signed up. Was anyone present this evening that did not get a chance to sign up that wished to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. On the consent agenda, we have the council and committee of the whole meeting minutes for September 17th, 2019, and also a picnic license for St. Jerome's Church for bingo on October 19th. Any questions on any of the consent agenda items? If there are no questions, I'll entertain any action from the council on the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda is approved. We'll move on to new business number 1, which is consider and take action on resolution 16-19 for Fire Prevention Week. Fire Prevention Week is October 6th through the 12th, 2019. I believe that lands on the same week every year, which also aligns with the pancake breakfast for the firemen's, Columbus Firemen's Department, which is this weekend. So did you wish me to read this into the record, or we want to adopt the resolution as it is? Any preferences?
Should adopt it as is.
Okay. I'll entertain any action from the council then on resolution 16-19.
I move to approve Resolution 16-19, Fire Prevention Week.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve resolution 16-19 for Fire Prevention Week, October 6th through the 12th. Any discussion on the motion? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution's passed. Number 2 is another resolution, 17-19 for Public Power Week, which is the same time as Fire Prevention Week. Any discussion on resolution 17-19? If there are no questions, I'll entertain any action on new business number 2.
I move to approve the resolution 17-19.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve resolution 17-19 for Public Power Week, October 6th through October 12th. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 3 is consider and take action on task order 2019-06 related to the Columbus 2020 Street Reconstruction Project. We have information in our packet. This is a task order for the reconstruction for Hibbard Street, including water, sewer, stormwater, and street. There is a breakdown. There's a table in the task order itself, but then there's another several tables attached to that, which breaks the costs out. It shows the total amount that would be paid by Columbus Water and Light, Columbus Sanitary Sewer, and then the city's portion would be for the storm and the street. The city would also be incurring the expense for Phase 6 assessments, which is the process for the special assessments, which is $4,150. That would be on the 3rd page with the additional graphs. Jason Leith is here. He was not here in attendance last time. His partner, Andrew Burt, was here. If there's any questions for Jason, he can answer them for you. Andy?
Yeah, so what's in the packet is a draft, and I recall that we were waiting on, Jason, you're waiting on more information to make it not a draft?
Soil borings, I believe.
Soil borings.
That is correct, Andy. We just received information that the borings will be less than that. I think they're about $3,500. I think we put a placeholder in about 5,000, so they were slightly less than. So my hope would be that if we have this approved, we would obviously revise and update the final draft or the final task order to reflect that amount.
Thank you.
Any other questions? And Jason, just to be clear on the task order, this is essentially, you're billing us for the services as the project design and construction moves forward. So as far as that little price difference or whatever, we're only being billed for the tasks that you incur under this agreement. This
Yeah,
task
so
order.
this is set up as an hourly contract,
Yep.
not to exceed the amount that's in here. So, obviously, if we are more efficient and we spend less, we bill you less. So again, these are estimated numbers based on our previous experience. The other thing I'll note is just keep in mind, this is the entire project. This takes us through completion, closeout, as-built, updates, everything, and that includes obviously the construction phase. It also includes the assessment, that's the preliminary development, the final adoption of that. And so our hope here would be this would be a one-stop. So this, you wouldn't see us again with, knock on wood, unless there's some unforeseen condition.
All right. Thanks, Jason. If there are no further questions, I'll entertain any action on task order 2019-06 for Rupert Milky task order.
I'll move to approve task order 2019-06, the Rupert Milky task order for Hibbard Street 2020 reconstruction.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, a second to approve task order 2019-06 with Rupert Milky for the 2020 street reconstruction for Hibbard Street. Is there any discussion on the motion? If there's no discussion, Pat, could you please take a roll call for us?
Gray,
Nay.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reed, Ryan,
Aye.
Tylen, Traxler,
Aye.
motion carries.
All right, thank you. Number 4, consider and take action on Resolution 9-19, a resolution designating officials authorized to declare official intent under reimbursement bond regulations for 2020. This has been discussed several times. It's gone through the committee of the whole. Essentially, this will give us the ability to cover costs before the project comes up. And it looks like there was an estimate of not to exceed $225,000 in the reimbursement resolution. Doesn't mean that we're agreeing to borrow that money at this time. It just allows us the ability to do that when it comes to the time of bonding. So, if there's any questions, Kim Manley is here to answer them. If there are no questions, I'll entertain any action on item number 4.
I move to approve 919, resolution designating officials authorized to declare official intent under reimbursement bond regulations 2020.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, a second to approve Resolution 9-19 for reimbursement bond regulations for 2020. Any discussion on the motion? If there's no discussion, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Johnson,
Aye.
Reed, Ryan,
Aye.
Tylen, Traxler, Gray,
Aye.
unanimous.
Thank you. Item number 5, consider and take action on placement of signage for commercial drive traffic issues. At the committee of the whole meeting, we had some discussion with the owner of Capital B Supply, who's located on Commercial Drive in the corner of Robbins Road, and he's reported some issues with trucks kind of getting stuck down there. We saw some video that kind of showed the issues they're having down there, so there was a recommendation of, or an ask to get some signage located down there to help warn truckers not to turn down Robbins Road and to continue down to Commercial Avenue and to exit on Maple Avenue. There is 2 signs placed in the packet on the back page of the memo. Suggested signage of a dead-end sign, which would be replaced on Robbins Road, I believe, and then a truck-through route, which would be placed on Commercial Avenue. It looks like pretty much in front of Capital V Supplies where you were going to locate that, Patrick?
Yeah, I think we'd work, to be most strategic, but make sure that, as we talked at the committee of the whole, that the truck traffic knows to keep going around to Maple Avenue.
Okay. Anyone have any questions? Trina?
Oh, I just had a quick question on the location for the dead-end signs. In the packet map, it looks like both of the little X's are to keep people off of the property 11111.007 specifically. And I think the owner was going to put his own sign into the entryway from Commercial Drive. And I was wondering if our dead end sign should be at the corner of Robinson and Commercial instead of right by his property.
And that was the intent. The X's on the maps were just to highlight his two driveways to get the indication, or just to kind of show that he's got two entryways and often trucks come in to turn around, which is something he clearly, Mr. Schneider, wanted to prevent. So the dead end would go there at the corner.
Thank you.
Yep.
That was my question.
Yep.
Just had a question. I think we discussed last time talking about like a arrow going left all the way down where the road curves off to the left. And from what I recall, he seemed to be in agreement that something like that would be best.
We did discuss that at a staff meeting with Zach, Jason, and thought that this would catch them earlier, and the truck through route would tell them to keep going straight. So it would be, as they're coming down, they're seeing it sooner and getting in their mind that they can keep going and they don't need to turn here. So following the discussion we had, that's what was recommended.
Mr. Schneider seems to have a really good grasp on what he's seeing down there as well, so I think if we can get these first two signs up and that doesn't remediate the issue, we can look at maybe an arrow sign as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure DPW can work with Mr. Schneider as far as the exact location where they think they'd be most effective as well. So, any other questions on the signage? If there's no further questions, then we would need action to place the signs on Commercial Drive and Robbins Drive.
Make a motion to place the two signs on Commercial and Robbins for the traffic issues.
All right, we have a motion, a second, to approve placement of signage for Commercial Drive traffic issues on Commercial Drive and Robbins Road. Any discussion on that? Andy?
Oh, no.
Just checking. If there are no questions or discussion on the motion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 6, consider and take action on the 2020 employee health insurance plans. We had a short presentation from Kim and Kalen about the work they've done on the city health insurance premiums for next year. It looks like there's going to be a 1.9% increase for next year, which is far better than what we've seen in recent years. There was some discussion about the percentage of employee pay. In your packet, it actually shows 2 option 1s instead of an option 1 and an option 2, but I believe option 1 was the consensus of council at the last discussion, which would be 88%, 12% for the high deductible plan, and then a change from current would be 85 to 15 for the traditional plan. Currently in 2019, it's 88-12. So if there's any questions, we have Kalen and Kim here. I think they need some direction as they put the budget together and talk to city employees about their choices for next year. So I think that's why this is on the agenda for the evening. Are there any questions? If there's no questions, I'll entertain any action from the council on item number 6.
I'll make a motion to approve option number 1, 8812 for the high deductible plan and 8515 for the traditional plan for the 2020 employee health insurance.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the 8812 split for the high deductible plan and 8515 for the traditional plan for next year's employee health insurance plans. Any discussion on that? If there's no discussion, could we have you take a roll call, Pat?
Reed.
Aye.
Ryan.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. Number 7, consider and take action on applications for operators licenses for the term of July 1, 2019 to June 30th, 2021. I have one name in our packet, and that is Sophia D. Sarney, S-A-R-N-E. Were there any additional? Just the one? Okay. If there are no questions on the operators licenses, I'll entertain any action from the council.
Move to approve the new operator's license for Sophia Sarney, effective July 1/19 through 6/30/21.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the application for operator's license for Sophia D. Sarney. Any discussion on that? If there's no discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Operator's license is approved. Thank you. Next item is to take action on the claims in the amount of $419,045.29. Are there any questions on the claims? As you'll note on the first page, there has been an investment through the Cable Commission with Heartland Video Systems. There's going to be a new broadcaster and some other serious upgrades in that little room in the corner, and hopefully you'll see those in the coming months if you're watching the meeting. So, if there's no questions on the claims, I'll entertain any action from the council on the city claims.
I'll make a motion to approve claims in the amount of $419,045.29.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the claims as submitted. Any discussion on that? If there's no discussion, could you please take a roll call for us, Pat?
Ryan.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Reed. Unanimous.
Thank you. On to report of city officers. Patrick, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. So, related to the action that we'll have, that we've had tonight on the task order and then further discussion at the committee of the whole, I'm working with staff to set up a public information meeting for Hibbard Street, looking at tentatively October 16th. We're prepping the list of affected property owners, the adjacent property owners, to get a direct mailing out to them. So there's, I believe, 3 of these meetings planned so that everyone's well informed of what's coming next year. And then this Thursday is the joint review board for the final action for the TID number 5. I believe this is the last thing in the procedural line for that TIF, so that should be all set to go, and hopefully we'll see a lot of benefits from it. And that's all I have tonight.
All right, thanks, Patrick. I wanted to let you know, several weeks ago, myself, Clerk Pat Gable, Deputy Clerk Jane Foodie, and Planning Director Matt Schreiber met with Patty Gillette for a presentation on the upcoming 2020 census. Patty's a partnership specialist representing the Chicago Regional Census Center. The presentation was very informative. They're looking to form partnerships with local municipalities to ensure a complete count during the census. Examples of the partnerships include assisting them with job recruitment for local census workers by posting flyers and sharing information about the availability of census jobs in our community through social media, newsletters, billings, mailings, etc. Also hosting an applicant day for those positions and providing training and meeting space for census workers. Also educating and encouraging self-response to the 2020 census through use of our social media, newsletters, billings, and mailings. We will also have an opportunity to form a local 2020 Census Complete Count Committee, a CCC. To formalize our partnership, our specialists will be requesting that we first appoint a 2020 census liaison. That liaison will be the primary point of contact for our municipality throughout the census. Second, to decide if there will be a local complete count committee. And third, to formalize our intent to partner with the 2020 census according to our council procedures via resolution, proclamation, etc. In the coming weeks, city staff will meet to decide who the liaison for the city will be and if we want to form a complete count committee. If the local CCC committee is desired, then we would discuss who we would like to partner with to get the word out. Pat and I have talked about potential partners as the library, senior center, churches, hospitals, schools, and local civic organizations. We would also promote efforts on city social media pages, city website, and our local cable channel. So stay tuned for more information about the upcoming census. If anyone has any interest or has any questions, please contact Pat, myself, or anyone at City Hall, and we can get you more information and assist you with that. Also, Pat has posted on the city website, the city is looking for additional election workers for the 2020-2021 election term. Pat's looking for outgoing, friendly people who would like to join an amazing team of election inspectors assisting at the polls on election day. Training is provided before each election. Positions are available for seated and standing work, so your needs can be accommodated. Job duties can include registering new voters, poll list check-ins, issuing ballots, counting ballots, etc. You can contact Pat via email on the city website, or you can give a call to City Hall during business hours for more information on that. This Sunday, October 6th, is the annual Fireman's Pancake Breakfast. If you've attended that before, you know that it's very well attended, which is a great thing because that's one of the most significant fundraising efforts for the local fire department. So please show your support on Sunday and enjoy an excellent breakfast. The event is located at the fire station at 123 West Harrison from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And lastly, I was contacted yesterday by CP Rail officials that the annual Canadian Pacific Holiday train stop for Columbus will be on December 3rd. Unfortunately, that's a Tuesday, but it's still going to be a great time. There's no time confirmed yet for the actual stop. Be getting more information in the upcoming weeks. So I've informed city staff and I await further details so we can plan for that accordingly. With that, if the stop is in the evening, we may have to reschedule our city council meeting because that would be on a regular meeting date. So that's all I had. Anyone have anything to share up here? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We'll stand adjourned for a few minutes and return with the committee of the whole.